This can damage your liver, kidneys, and even your cognitive abilities after the age of 65. And what's surprising is, it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. The very same thing that many low-carb dieters recommend could be silently causing permanent damage to the aging body. It may sound surprising, but regular consumption of the wrong kinds of nuts can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by as much as 48%, especially in seniors. This alarming figure isn't random. It comes directly from long-term research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. This study, conducted over several years, highlights how certain nuts that seem healthy on the surface can actually trigger a host of issues for older adults. Some of the most commonly found nuts in household pantries can quietly contribute to rising blood pressure, inflammation, clogged arteries, and even speed up cognitive decline. And the worst part? Many seniors consume them regularly, thinking they're making smart, healthy choices. But don't worry. In this comprehensive breakdown of nut consumption, you'll learn exactly which nuts pose serious health threats and which ones can be beneficial for aging bodies. Be sure to stick around until the end, because we'll reveal a dark truth about the most dangerous nut of all, one that could be damaging your health without you even realizing it. Let's begin with the nuts that seniors should either avoid completely or consume only with extreme caution. Inflammatory trigger number 1, pine nuts, the medication disruptors. Pine nuts top the list as one of the most problematic nuts for seniors, and for several very specific reasons. These issues are particularly relevant for older adults. One of the biggest concerns is that pine nuts contain compounds that can interact negatively with more than 60% of medications that are commonly prescribed to seniors. This interaction has the potential to either reduce the effectiveness of the medication or create unwanted, sometimes dangerous side effects. It's already well known that many prescription drugs can interact with each other. But when you add pine nuts into the mix, especially with medications like statins, certain antidepressants, and blood pressure pills that are frequently prescribed to people over 65, the risks climb even higher. What's even more troubling is that most doctors and pharmacists don't usually inform patients about potential food-drug interaction risks. This leaves many seniors unknowingly exposed. Then there's something called pine nut syndrome. This condition causes pine nuts to create a bitter, metallic taste in the mouth that can persist for weeks after consumption. While this may sound minor, it can have a major impact on older adults. There's a proven connection between changes in taste and a decrease in appetite and overall nutritional intake. In fact, studies show that seniors affected by pine nut syndrome often experience unintended weight loss. The elderly seem more vulnerable to pine nut syndrome, possibly due to age-related changes in how their taste receptors and detox systems function. On top of that, pine nuts are packed with polyunsaturated fats that oxidize very quickly. This means they can go rancid fast, which not only tastes bad but can be harmful to health. Plus, they're calorie-dense, making it harder for seniors to manage their weight. Even when used in dishes like pesto, their most common culinary use, pine nuts present multiple concerns. Alarming new research even suggests that some varieties of pine nuts may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, which is a leading cause of vision loss in seniors. Number 2, macadamia nuts, the calorie bombs. Despite their smooth texture and rich, buttery flavor, macadamia nuts can be especially risky for older adults. One of the most concerning issues is their extremely high calorie content. Just 1 ounce of macadamia nuts contains around 200 calories, making them the most calorie-dense nut available. As people age, their metabolic rate naturally slows down. That makes it even more difficult to burn off excess calories. For seniors already trying to manage their weight, macadamia nuts can quietly sabotage their efforts. They also contain inflammatory compounds that can worsen conditions many seniors already deal with, like arthritis or joint pain. On top of that, their small size and smooth surface make them a choking risk, especially for older adults who suffer from swallowing difficulties or dry mouth caused by medications. Another lesser-known issue is that pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can block protein digestion. Since protein absorption also declines with age, this can significantly affect an older adult's nutritional intake, at a time when the body needs every bit of protein it can get. Macadamias are also packed with fat, especially saturated fat. Each ounce contains about 22 grams of fat, including around 3 grams of saturated fat. That's concerning because saturated fat can raise LDL bad cholesterol, something that many older adults are already battling. And let's not forget the impact on oral health. Macadamia nuts are dense and hard, which means they can be especially dangerous for seniors who have crowns, bridges, or weakened enamel, an issue that becomes more common after 65 due to natural wear and decreased calcium absorption. Even from a practical standpoint, macadamia nuts can pose problems. They are among the most expensive nuts on the market. Seniors on a budget may be tempted to buy lower quality or improperly stored versions that are more likely to be rancid. This adds yet another layer of health risk, as oxidized fats can be damaging to the body. Commercially packaged macadamia nuts are often roasted in low-quality oils and heavily salted, further lowering their nutritional value. The combination of rich flavor and reduced taste sensitivity in older adults can also lead to overconsumption, eating more than intended, which adds to the calorie and fat load without them even realizing it. What's even more misleading is that many seniors consume macadamia nuts thinking they're heart healthy. However, most of the research highlighting the cardiovascular benefits of nuts excludes high-fat varieties like macadamia. So while almonds, walnuts, and pistachios may offer protective benefits, macadamias don't make the cut. If you've been regularly eating macadamia nuts, it might be time to make a switch. Consider replacing them with pistachios, which offer a much better nutritional profile for older adults. They're lower in calories, higher in protein, and contain compounds that actively support heart health, without the major drawbacks that come with macadamia consumption. Aging cardiovascular systems need special care, and even natural peanut butter, without added salt, can still raise blood pressure, an additional concern for the 63% of American seniors living with hypertension. Another hidden issue with peanuts is how quickly they can become rancid if not stored properly. Once rancid, they produce harmful free radicals that may damage cells over time. What's more, the common commercial method of dry roasting peanuts generates a compound called acrylamide. This chemical has potential cognitive damaging effects, which is particularly troubling for seniors already worried about memory loss or cognitive decline. Even if you've eaten peanuts regularly for years without any noticeable side effects, that doesn't mean you're in the clear. Making a switch to safer, nutrient-rich alternatives, just 3 days a week, can help reduce your exposure to these harmful substances while delivering essential nutrients that support aging bodies. Now, let's take a look at 4 types of nuts that seniors should consider eating more often. These provide specific health benefits that are especially important as we age. First, Brazil nuts, thyroid function support. Brazil nuts earn their place at the top of this list because they support thyroid function, which is an essential but often overlooked part of healthy aging. Just one Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium, which is 137% of your daily recommended intake. These nuts are the richest natural source of selenium available in any food. This is incredibly important since thyroid disorders affect up to 20% of people over age 65. Yet many go undiagnosed. That's because symptoms like fatigue, mood swings, and weight changes are often mistaken for normal aging. Selenium found in Brazil nuts is vital because it helps activate thyroid hormones, which regulate mood, metabolism, and energy production. That's not all. Brazil nuts also contain specific fatty acids that help maintain the myelin sheath, the protective covering around nerve cells. This sheath naturally wears down with age, which can affect reflexes, coordination, and even cognitive processing speed. By helping to maintain myelin, Brazil nuts may support better reaction times and mental sharpness in older adults. One particularly unique benefit of Brazil nuts is that the selenium they contain is organically bound. This means your body can absorb and use it more efficiently than synthetic selenium supplements. Because of their extremely high selenium content, it's best to limit your intake to just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day. Eating too many can lead to selenium toxicity. If possible, look for Brazil nuts that are still in their shells. This natural casing helps preserve their nutrients longer. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent the high-fat content from going rancid. Brazil nuts are also beneficial for digestive health. Their mix of fiber and healthy natural oils can help seniors who struggle with constipation. Plus, their rich, creamy texture makes small servings feel satisfying and indulgent. Some emerging studies suggest that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may even slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes that naturally shrink with age and play a key role in cellular aging. For those over 65, Brazil nuts offer a uniquely powerful combination of health benefits in just a small serving. Second, pistachios, blood pressure control champions. When it comes to blood pressure control, pistachios are one of the most underrated nuts, especially for older adults. They offer a rare combination of being naturally low in sodium and high in potassium. A single serving contains around 285 milligrams of potassium, which helps balance fluids and prevents salt retention, a common problem in aging kidneys. For seniors dealing with hypertension, this mineral balance can be particularly helpful. Studies show that regular pistachio consumption can reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, comparable to some prescription medications, but without the side effects. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that are essential for eye health. These compounds accumulate in the macula of the eye and protect against age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss in people over age 60. Their pleasant crunch is also easier on the teeth and gums of seniors, making them a gentler option compared to harder nuts like almonds. Another great feature of pistachios is their color. Their vibrant green and purple hues are a sign of antioxidant content, which helps combat free radicals that accelerate aging. Plus, pistachios offer a unique eating experience. The act of shelling each nut naturally slows down consumption, turning it into a mindful, relaxing process. This slower pace also helps with portion control. According to a study in the International Journal of Obesity, the presence of empty shells in front of you helps you visually track how much you've eaten, something especially useful for seniors trying to avoid overeating. For seniors with arthritis, look for pistachios that are already partially open to make them easier to handle. About 49 pistachios, or 1 ounce, a day is a recommended serving size. Choose unsalted or lightly salted options to avoid unnecessary sodium. Pistachios also provide about 3 grams of fiber per ounce, which helps regulate blood sugar, important for the 25% of Americans over 65 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic. Third, walnuts, the nut that improves cognitive function. Walnuts are often associated with brain health, and it's easy to see why. Not only do they resemble a brain in appearance, but they also contain more plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ELA, than any other commonly eaten nut. This is incredibly beneficial for seniors, as omega-3s are crucial for maintaining healthy brain cell membranes and supporting neurotransmitter function. These fatty acids help the brain stay sharp, protect against inflammation, and may even slow the natural decline in cognitive abilities associated with aging. Recent research published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily over an 8-week period experienced notable improvements in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. These are both important markers of brain health that tend to decline with age. In addition to omega-3s, walnuts are rich in polyphenolic compounds that have been shown to help prevent oxidative stress, one of the leading contributors to age-related cognitive decline. Neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia are increasingly common as we age. One of the lesser-known ways to help protect the brain is by eating foods that can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly reduce inflammation in brain tissues. Walnuts are one of those rare foods. What many people don't realize is that walnuts also contain melatonin, a natural hormone that helps regulate sleep. As we get older, our body produces less melatonin, which can lead to difficulty falling or staying asleep. Some people find that eating a small handful of walnuts before bedtime helps them sleep better, making this nut useful for more than just brain health. Walnuts also contain arginine, an amino acid known for supporting healthy blood vessel function. Combined with polyphenol, powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, walnuts become an excellent food for cardiovascular support. These compounds work together to reduce inflammation and improve circulation. In fact, walnuts may even improve the effectiveness of blood pressure medication by helping keep arteries more flexible, which is essential for aging bodies. However, it's important to store walnuts properly. Their delicate oils can turn rancid if left at room temperature for too long. To maintain their freshness and nutritional value, store them in the refrigerator. Eating 7 to 9 walnut halves per day is generally recommended. This small daily amount can offer benefits to your brain, heart, and sleep patterns. Another interesting benefit: cracking walnuts by hand can help maintain fine motor skills, which often decline with age. Don't worry about their slightly bitter taste. It's actually a sign of their rich antioxidant content, which plays a key role in protecting your cells from damage. Now let's move on to almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. Almonds are one of the best foods for older adults because they contain high levels of calcium and vitamin E. These nutrients work together to help maintain bone density. As people age, bones tend to become more brittle and porous, especially after age 65. This raises the risk of fractures and other injuries. Just a quarter cup of almonds gives you about 97 milligrams of calcium, which contributes to slowing down natural bone loss. Almonds also contain magnesium, a mineral many seniors don't get enough of. Magnesium plays an important role by helping move calcium into the bones and preventing it from collecting in the arteries. This dual function supports both bone and heart health. Almonds' healthy monounsaturated fats also help lower LDL or bad cholesterol levels, a key factor in heart disease prevention, especially in older adults. For best results, it's suggested that seniors eat 15 to 20 almonds a day. Choose raw or dry roasted almonds without added salt, as too much sodium can counteract the heart benefits. Almonds are also a good source of fiber, offering about 3.5 grams per serving. That fiber can help relieve constipation, a common issue affecting about 40% of elderly people. Another reason to include almonds in your diet is their potential to support brain health. Research from Tufts University shows that almonds help prevent oxidative damage to brain cells, a key factor in age-related cognitive decline. Almonds with skins are especially powerful. The skins contain flavonoids, and when these are combined with vitamin E, they double the nut's antioxidant strength. However, seniors with swallowing difficulties should be cautious. Whole almonds can pose a choking risk, so it's important to chew them thoroughly. Alternatively, sliced almonds or almond butter can be a safer option. Small changes can make a big difference over time. Including walnuts and almonds in your daily routine is a simple but effective way to support brain, heart, and bone health as you age.